Well, I definitely want to come back to that, and I want to come back to your book, but I want to kind of swing it around really quick and talk about your early career. So, you guys started out at OVW. A lot of greats that come from OVW, John Cena, Batista, Randy Orton, etc. Back then, before you really had NXT, explain how difficult it was, because I feel like you guys kind of came in at the tail end of the Attitude Era, the beginning of
Yeah.
the Ruthless Aggression era. So before we kind of got super PG, it was still shark infested. Can you explain to those who aren't in the business and those who are aspiring to be in the business how difficult it was for you guys trying to really navigate those waters back then?
Yeah, it was fairly difficult. It was definitely walking on eggshells. I don't think it's like that right now. When I got to OVW, especially being a brother, moving to Louisville, Kentucky was a big culture shock.
Yeah.
And when I first got there, I had two individuals like look out for me like I was their little brother. That was Elijah Burke, and then the Pope. You guys know him as the Pope.
Yep.
Wrestling world knows him as the Pope. And then I had Shad, my tag team partner. We didn't know we were going to be tag team partners. We just, kicked it off because we grew up from similar backgrounds. We're both from Brooklyn, New York, and we grew up around the same neighborhood. It was just like a coincidence. And then we just became like close. He taught me how to work out. He showed me around Louisville. He gave me his ID so I could go into the club at 19. We just hit it off. And we became great friends. And then later on the line, we became tag team partners. But yeah, the locker room was a lot different. Like you said, it was shark infested. And in OVW, they had different tiers. So when I first started, I started off in the amateur class. And then there was the intermediate class, and then there was a contract class. A lot of people didn't make it through the amateur class. And a lot of people didn't make it through the intermediate class. And to get to the contract class, to train with contract talent, you really had to prove yourself. And then there was also a tuition fee, a large tuition fee. So when I felt like I was confident enough to join the contract class, I made a call to my mom, and she was a big wrestling fan, and she supported me all the way up till then. I was like, "Yo, I got this much money. I need this much more money to get to the next class." And she's like, I'm gonna take some money out of my savings. I believe in you. I know you could do this. And I'm like, I need to go to the next level. I need to be seen by the WWE, because in the contract class, you're training with contract talent. You're going to be seen by WWE because they're always keeping an eye on their contract talent. So it was a great investment. And a few weeks later, Chad had just finished a television segment locally in Louisville with CM Punk. He was in a program with CM Punk, and they were like, "What's next for Shad?" And then me and my tag team partner, because before Shad and I were a team, my original partner was Abraham Washington. The guys, everybody know him from ECW, but his name in OVW was Dirty. It was Dirty, and he was having some personal issues. And the owner of OVW, Danny Davis, Paul Heyman, and Al Snow, it was like, "Yo, this kid has a lot of talent, a lot of charisma. He has a good look. We just need to figure out what we could do with him." And I guess it popped in their head to put me with Shad. They asked Shad. Me and him had a great relationship. Like, yeah, he's cool, blah blah blah. Let's see if it works. And we hit it off, and it worked. And next thing you know, a few weeks later after that, me being teamed up with Shad for like a few weeks. I wouldn't even say it was a month. We did some vignettes in OVW, and those vignettes was the gem that got me hired, because Vince McMahon never saw me wrestle. He didn't know I could wrestle, if I could wrestle or not. He just know that me and Shad had great chemistry on screen. He was like, "Yo, these guys are funny. They just beat up the guy at the ATM, beat up the cop at the beat up the cop from the donut shop. That's hilarious. I want that on Raw." They was like, I want to bring him up to TV. Like, well, it was like, let's bring him up to Raw. And he was like, "Well, the big one is signed. The little one is not on the contract. Well, sign him." And I got the call, and I hit the floor running after that.